Hello. I want to give you a little bit of background about the Cheers to Rates of Change Lab. This is for students who did not attend the synchronous session on Monday, the 14th. And this is why it's important to do this, because I can't show it quite as well right here. All right. So the goal is you're going to be determining the height of liquid in a glass using the ruler you got and using the centimeter side. To the volume of liquid in a glass. So I want you to pick a glass from your home. You're going to need to take a picture of that and send it to me. That's part of the assignment this week. So it helps if it's something not quite so simple like that. This is a fun shape. This is also a fun shape that's similar. And so notice the shape is similar, but the size is different. And then this is another shape. So I've given you things like a pipette in your lab kit and this cup, which has gradations in several different measurements, including cc's or milliliters, which is right there. So it goes up to 30 milliliters, I believe. It may be helpful for you to use a colored beverage, so something like cola, orange juice. I've got food coloring here. So I'm going to put a few drops of this in a beaker of water. Mix it up. And now it's going to be easier. So you're going to want to take a bunch of measurements that are in the lab. Your volume is going to be recorded in milliliters, and your height is going to be recorded in centimeters. So you want to collect a lot of data, but the key thing is that you have one for the very first drop or the first 1 milliliter. And on the pipette, there are gradations for 1, 2, and 3 milliliters on here. So I'm going up to 1 milliliter. If I put it in here, again, probably kind of hard for you to see, but the level's right there. And so if I use the ruler for the very first milliliter, it's at like 9.5 centimeters. So there is no data below that. The stem of this glass means I'm going to start with a volume of 1 milliliter and a height of around 9.5 centimeters. And from there, I can go and use my measuring cup. If you have other measuring cups in milliliters, you could do that. But I can add different amounts. So this might be, say, 30 milliliters. You could do that. Now that went up a lot, so that was probably too big of a gradation, because I want somewhere at least 15 or so measurements, maybe more than that. So if I take out, I think this is 2 milliliters I'm taking out. Another 2 milliliters I'm taking out, and so forth. So you could do that. So you could add it in pipette by pipette. You could add it in less than 30 milliliters, and you have something like that. So over here, with this glass, which is a little bit different, if I put my first 1 milliliter in here, you might think, well, this goes to the ground, so it would start at 0. There's still a bit of a base here, and most glasses have something like that. So again, for me, this first one is around 1.4 centimeters. You do want to be careful, because some rulers, these numbers don't start at 0. So you want to be a little bit careful about that. And anyhow, you're going to go ahead and collect data. And the key thing is that you collect data all the way in between. You start with one that is at the first milliliter, and your last data point should be when the glass is completely full. How you do gradations in between is a little bit up to you. So your goal is to plot that out. We won't connect the dots. We won't do a line of best fit, but you're going to have a bunch of dots on a graph. You're going to plot height of liquid compared to tabletop versus volume of liquid. So height is going to be on the vertical axis and volume is going to be on the horizontal axis. So I hope that helps.